Hi, I'm Benita Berkson, and I live on 35th Street. We have 3 houses on this property, and we had let it go a little too long. It was yellow with a white picket fence, and 12 years ago it looked pretty good, but now it did not look very good at all. And we had thought about what we were going to do to make it look a lot better. So we had a friend who had used Bob Boyce and recommended that we give him a call. When we called him, he came out, he walked around, he looked at the property, and said what he thought he could do for us. We were a little apprehensive because we knew this was a big job, and we were concerned how long it was going to take. Well, Bob started the work. Well, first of all, he gave us an estimate. And we were very pleased with the estimate because we knew how large the job was, but we were also concerned about how long it might take. I'm really, really pleased to say that rather than a start-stop, which we've had in the past with painting jobs, Bob came out with his crew and started. Well, along the way, we had picked out some colors that we thought were going to work out pretty good. They didn't exactly work out as well as we had expected, and I have to say that Bob was really terrific and very patient with us, because the red that we thought was going to look so terrific looked really awful. I drove up that afternoon and I came in the house and I said, oh, this red is never going to work. And true to his word, Bob said, let me see what we can do. And the next day, that red was perfect. He went along with us and started, and in 2 weeks, we had all 3 houses and 2-color trim completed. There were a couple of things that I walked around and I thought, am I being a little too picky? Well, Bob, once again, true to his word, when he looked around, because part of his bid was that I will come in and fix anything that needs fixing. And he did. We walked around and I said, am I being picky? And he said, no, you're not being picky. I want you to be happy with what you've got. And he did the numbers, the numbers on the little side house. I said, well, it doesn't look exactly right. He said, no problem. That's what I'm here for. And he did. He fixed everything. And I have not ever been so happy. We have a frame house. And frame houses, after a while, look pretty awful. They get that spackled look, and they smoothed it out so good. It looks like chocolate pudding. Our house is brown with beautiful white trim and red accents. And when people come to our house now, they say, wow, it doesn't look like the same house at all. I have recommended Bob, and I would strongly recommend him to anybody. He is just a real professional. So much so that I have another property and I've asked Bob to come out and give me a bid on that, and that's interior. And we're going to go with Bob. We're not exactly sure what we're going to do with it, but he is a very, very reliable, honest, and conscientious. And I think that that's really a terrific combination, and not one that you find very often with trade people. I've had the experience where they come out, they start, they stop, you got to call them, they come back, they do a little bit here and a little bit there. With Bob, it was, he came out, he gave us a bid, we got started, we got finished. People couldn't believe that he could have done so much in such a short time. So, thanks for listening. I love my house.